All right, can everyone see my screen okay? Just let me know if everybody can see everything fine. Excellent. All right, everybody. Once again, my name is Fausto Pugliese. I'm the president and founder of Cyber Trading University. Welcome to I always look at September as a new year because everyone's done with the summer holidays and the vacation. Kids are back in school, and you are getting to one of the most volatile times of the market, which is September, October, November, which I'm always excited, and my students are excited, and I know you're going to get the opportunity to meet all of them and see some of the most successful traders that I've trained, how they're finding stocks and they're making a career in trading, and it all starts from trading, and that's where it all comes from. So that's basically what we're going to do right now, ladies and gentlemen, but to do that, you have to know how to manage your risk in order to achieve your reward. So before we get started, I want to get to know a little bit about everyone here. Can everyone just give me a chat back and let me know, are you a stock trader, a day trader, options, Forex, futures? Just want to get to know a little bit about everyone here. Okay, Dwayne, you do some options. George does some day trading. Options, day trading, Fred. Lynn does stocks. Denise likes some futures. Options and stocks from Mark, okay. Will you do options and stocks? John's saying, I'm just a failure trader. I want to learn. Well, hopefully we're going to accomplish something there. But thank you for being honest and sharing that. David, you only doing options. Erlen, doing options. Good. All right. Just to kind of give you guys a little heads up on options. I don't know if, by the way, I don't know if anybody here lives in the New York area, but I'm going to be presenting at a huge event here in Times Square, New York, at the Marriott Marquis. That includes a big tour of the New York Stock Exchange and dinner and stuff like that. It's a big options event. I'll let you know at the end of this presentation if you guys want to attend. But this is an exclusive 2-day workshop with some of the biggest options traders out there. And I will be there presenting for 2 days. Now, just kind of talk a little bit about the options before we move forward. You know, it's great that a lot of you guys are trading options, but the thing is this. You have to learn how to trade stocks first before you can trade options, because it's the movement of the stock that makes the option move. So if there's some of you here don't know how to trade stocks and you're trading options, I would just recommend you quit options right now and start learning the stock, and that will make you that much better of an options trader. All right, so let's move on to kind of let you know a little bit about, you know, myself. I am a day trader, okay? I love day trading. It's a passion. I've been doing it for 20 years, and I'll tell you a little bit more about who I am, how I started, and why whatever I tell you, you better listen to what I tell you if you want to do this as a career, which I all know all of you want to do. You just need someone to find the right person to mentor you through it. So, quick little disclaimer from all our friends here at Cyber Trading University. Just want to kind of give you guys an understanding that there is a high risk of trading in Cyber Trading University, and all its affiliates on the site assume none of your responsibilities of your trading investments. So please, to read more about it, visit our homepage or our website to learn a little bit more about a disclaimer. Now, a couple things we're going to be learning. I'm going to talk about how online brokers make money off you, okay? By the way, does everyone have a black screen? Does everybody can see everything? If you can't see, the best thing to do is log out and log back in, okay? I'm going to talk about learn discipline, trading journals. I'm going to talk about high-frequency trades. I'm going to talk about the KISS method. I'm going to talk about stocks that we've traded and much, much more. Now, these are things I'm looking to trade, but I'm always open, and I'm just out of curiosity. Can everyone just give me a chat back? And I have a question for all of you. Can you guys just tell me, if there was something I could teach you that would help you become a better trader, what would that be? What else could I add that I'm not going to be on this list that would help you understand trading a little bit better? Just out of curiosity. Okay, George says when to get in and get out. Okay, Bruce says when to buy and sell. Roger says Wow, you guys are typing. There's a lot of people typing. Wow, I never saw so many people. So many. I guess it's a pretty good question. Entries and exits. So it looks like a lot of you are asking when to get in and when to get out. Understanding stops from Wayne. Making more money from James. Will stocks to pick from the stocks as well as options. Okay. All right. Preserve capital. Next trade. How to minimize losses from Frank Slicer. Okay. Mr. K wants to know about the psychology of trading. Michael wants to know the magic secret and why do I always lose? All right, well, we'll try to figure that one out. The best times to trade. Bruce wants to learn. Mike wants to know about the high property estimation, the moving up and down. All right, so it looks like a lot of you are kind of asking a lot of the same question. I'm going to try to answer all of them, and that's basically stocks that we traded, and that's what, you know what? That's a good point. That's exactly where I want to start right now, okay? So let's talk about this. Can stocks go up 20 to 200% a day? What do you guys think? Is that possible? Have any of you guys ever, when was the last time you ever seen a stock up 200% in one day? Or you ever been in one? A lot of you saying Tesla, okay, all right. Never seen one. Seen it, but not in it. That's what George is saying. Lynn said he saw her once. Okay, James, we're going to talk about that. Good. Not with regulatories? All right, well, I don't know what exactly you mean by that, but live, yes. When's the last time you've been in a stock and you've seen stocks up 100, 200% in one day, or 20%, okay? Well, some of you are probably thinking like, that's really not true, or they must be doing something illegal. You know, you always think there's a good deal out there and, you know, at a good price, and here you are, you buy it, you invest a small capital, next thing you know, you think you bought some garbage company, and the reason why that is because I want all of you to stop for a second and look in the mirror and ask yourself a question. And I would like to see the feedback. Who really taught you how to trade? Can you tell me who really taught you how to trade in the market? Wayne says Fausto. Well, thank you. James says no one. Self-taught. Linda. Wayne says me. Okay. Guy says myself. All right. YouTube. All right. Evan says me. Okay, a couple of competitors I could see here. All right, so now for the ones, obviously there's over, I don't know, almost 200 people in here, more than 200 people. So, you know, and I know not everyone may be feeling comfortable to ask that question and so on, but you know what? Let me kind of just set up the foundation of where we're going to go today. All right? Everybody ready? Would you give your money, your mutual fund, your hedge fund, your IRA, your job, everything that you work so hard for to somebody that never learned about education, about finance? He just one day open up shop in the door and says, oh yeah, I just decided I want to trade people's money. Okay? Are you going to do that? No. Well, guess what? For the ones that are self-taught and for the ones that are not answering, guess what? You are one of those people. So the thing is this, if you haven't found out the hard way, which is losing, well, hopefully we're going to fix that problem today. Because let me tell you something, trading is the best job in the world. You are your own boss. You can come and go whenever you please. If you need someone to teach you how to do it. And this is what I'm going to basically talk about. Let's talk about one of the stock picks a lot of you guys are kind of mentioning. Who here heard of the stock SCOK? Anyone heard of SCOK? George didn't hear about it. Okay, a few of you, Dave, you did, Dina, Guy, Art. Okay, Mike, you didn't hear about it. Just today, Michael Kern just said it. I heard it. Today's the first time. Okay, good. Yeah, that's right, Frank. Actually, it was up over 200% today. okay? The stock hit a high of $9. Now, let me explain something to you, and I'm going to get back to this because what you're seeing right here is my Twitter feed, and this is my chat room. You can see these are my morning picks, the stocks that I traded, and you can see the ones that I gave you. I gave this stock, I started meeting at 9 o'clock, okay? So let me kind of give you guys, and I don't want to bounce around here a little bit, but let me just tell you what I'm going to be offering every single one of you starting tomorrow morning. Every one of you who asked me the same question, it says, yes, Fausto, I want to be able to find stocks. I want to be able to find a stock like this that goes from 3 to 9 in one day. Well, guess what? At the end of this presentation, I am going to invite all of you for free to join me live to trade side by side with me all day. The morning, lunchtime, afternoon, all day, okay? Now, what you're seeing right here, what I'm showing you, is what I've done for today, okay? Now, what I do is I run a professional trading room. And basically, I have hundreds of traders that trade with me. They pay over $300 a month to be in my trading room. Now, remember, you're not paying anything. You're getting a free day to see why people pay $300 a month to be in my trading room, okay? You're getting a free access to it. So basically, here's why they pay this much money. A stock like SCOK, okay, pre-market high. All right, here you have the stock. When I called it out, let me get my crayons out here. I do a meeting that starts at 9 o'clock, okay? Oops, that's a bad color. Let me get a better color than that. Choose a color, red. Okay. I start my meetings at 9 o'clock, okay? So I do a live audio broadcast. And by the time I tweeted and text this, you could see right here, I basically gave you the stock pick right around. Once I was done with my meeting, I started at 9. I was able to get the pick out of it by 9:20, but everyone could hear it live. And you could see it, 9 a.m. This is all Eastern Standard Time, and basically it's one of my trades. And this is my Twitter and text message, my big winner of the day. And you could see, even if you heard about it at 9:45 or 10:15 or even 10:45, you still would have made a lot of money on that trade. Now, here's a stock that was literally up over 200% on the day. Now, I'm not going to brag and say, oh, Fausto, okay, great, you traded one stock today. Well, you know what? No, that's wrong, because there was another one that I traded yesterday. Did anyone hear the stock symbol RADA? Did you guys hear about RADA? Okay. Yesterday, RADA, now I run a meeting that runs in the morning and the afternoon. And in my afternoon meeting, I gave a stock symbol. I only found 4 stocks. The 2 big winners were RADA and THLD. And you could see here, let me get my pointer. Okay. You could see right here, this stock went from $1.50 to $6. And at basically, when I gave the pick at 2:30, when I do the meeting, at $4, in less than an hour and a half, it ran all the way to $6.50. So you're talking about a stock that almost ran another 100%. Okay, and you can see I was tweeting it all. I was tweeting it constantly. RAD looks like it's coming back, worth watching at 575, and then sure enough, RAD to 450, up 50 cents from the meeting. So I'm tweeting all day. But remember, there's a couple of ways I do it. I tweet, I text, and then you're going to be in a live professional trading room. So if you can't be there all day, at least you get into Twitter and text messaging. Now, the thing is this. You trade, okay, Wayne said he's in the trading room. You bought it at, Juan said he got a 280 to 6. Good for you. You know what, Art? Thank you for sharing that, Art. But the problem is nobody could see anybody's chat, okay? And we do that now because of compliance issues. But when here's my actual trading room. Hopefully everybody can see this. Okay, that's my trading room, and you could basically you could see all the tweets and texts, and you could see all the traders. Actually, we have another live broadcast going on options right now, and I know a lot of the traders students are in here. But you could see everyone's basically that's sharing their comments are all going to be here. Now, all of you are going to have access to this room tomorrow, okay? So let me move this out of the way. Now, the question is it possible, can stocks go from 20 to 200% a day? And the answer is yes, this is all true. This is fact. And I know a lot of you here probably sitting there scratching your head to be like, you know what, I heard of it, but I never seen it. It's like almost like a unicorn. You know, I heard of unicorns, but I never seen them. Well, guess what? You are going to be seeing them because this is what we do all day. Now, your next question you're probably asking is, you know, and before we get to this one, I'll get back to this one. How do I do this? I mean, Fausto, where did you learn how to do this? Why should I listen to Fausto Pugliese? Well, very simple. Before I was a successful trader, I was a very successful loser, and I tell everyone that. That's why I love teaching. I had to learn the hard way, and the hard way was losing money, okay? I live here in New York. This is the financial capital of the world. This is Wall Street. You guys are Main Street, all right? And I originally came from Main Street just like you, and I was an ignorant kid that says, you know what, I'm going to be self-taught. Let me try it. Let me see if I like it, and let's see how it goes. If I do well, you know, then I'll learn, right? Okay, guys, we all know. Is that who you want to do business with? Do you want to give your money to somebody and says, yeah, he wants to try it. If he's good at it, then he's going to learn how to trade by money? So you're going to give him your money to practice on your money? Well, guess what? That's what I was doing, and some of you are doing it right now. But what ended up happening after losing so much money, I finally raised the white flags. I says, you know what? What am I doing wrong? Why am I failing? Well, what happened was, living in New York, fortunately, I went to go get educated. I took a job to learn to become a market maker. Okay, well, you see those traders that run on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange? Okay, I was one of those. I was a trader on the NASDAQ. Okay, and basically, here's a front page of Forex magazine. Here's a fellow trader that I work with. A bunch of kids tormenting Wall Street. So I was one of these kids. And, you know, I was trained by some of the best traders, and they taught me exactly what I was doing. And let me tell you something. I'm going to teach you one or two strategies today. What I learned, I should have never, ever made my first trade. I deserved everything that happened to me. And then hopefully today and going into tomorrow, that I'm going to prove to all of you, and I'm going to finally make you take a whole bunch of bricks off your chest and make you realize, wow, you know what? I know I lost a lot of money, but thank God I met Cybertrain University, and I met Fausto, who was just like me, because I know I want to do this. Now I want to do this as a career. I'm going to do it right, okay? But how do you do things right? You need to learn. And let me tell you something. This is not something you're going to learn within 5 days. This is not something you're going to learn listening Fausto for an hour, okay? My ultimate goal is to do two things. My number one goal is to make you have a career in trading. My second goal is, if you don't want to do it right, to have a career in trading, you're going to quit and go back to your day job. That is my ultimate goal. I can't answer the people that are going to try to still do it on their own, because let me just give you guys a little insight. That's about a 95% failure rate, okay? But the thing is, my goal is, hopefully, I'm going to prove to everybody that you're going to do trading the right way. And that's what I did. I learned the right way, and when I started, it took me a long time because we didn't have the technology like you guys had today. We still had to do things with paper and pen. Today, with webinars and all that and recordings, things were great. Now, over the years, I became a 12-time champion, all right? So I beat every single school I competed against. I've been to China. I've been to Paris. I've been to Canada, all over the United States. If somebody mentions a school here, I'm almost 90% positive if they did the challenge, I went up against them and I beat them. Okay, now why did I beat all these traders? Why did I beat all these schools? Because a lot of them were not traders. Okay, they got good indicators. They wear nice suits. You know, they might have a nice website, nice commercial, but a lot of them really were not traders. Now, I'm not saying they're all bad. There are some really good ones. Yep, Wayne, I beat them too. I went I think twice to two. Even the owner I went up against with OTA. I beat the owners of OTA, and they don't do it more anymore actually. But but it's okay. I mean, the thing is this: we're not a franchise. We're a boutique exclusivity cyber training university, and that's what we do. Okay. So the thing is this. And you know what, Wayne, and Noel's asking this same question. You got to always ask yourself, and this you got to be really careful. I know a lot of you want to learn from somebody. Just remember, if you're going to learn from somebody, make sure what they're going to do is what I'm offering you tomorrow, watching someone trade live in the market. Now, how do we move forward and learn how to do it right, ladies and gentlemen? Well, first of all, I need to teach you some discipline. A lot of you have to realize this is a job. This is not investing. Let's talk about that stock I just mentioned earlier. SCOK, okay, it was up 200%. Can anybody tell me what does that company do? Does anybody know? What does SCOK, why is it up 200%? Why did it go to $3 to $9 today? Wayne, I love your attitude, okay? Kerry, same thing. Who cares? Do you really care about what the company does, or are you here to make money? Okay? Same thing, Greg. It's amazing. Every single one of you is saying the same thing. Do you really care? But it's not Microsoft. Oh, but Apple, they got great options. Oh, they're coming out with the new iPhone 6. Listen, was Apple up 200% today? At the end of the day, when you go home to your spouse, you think she cares what stock you traded, or are you going to put food on the table? Okay? That's the bottom line. You're here to make money, and that's what my first thing I learned as a trader. And take this advice very carefully. Once you think you know something about the stock market, you're going to lose. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter how much you love the company. The more you love the company, the more worse it is. Now you're going to have feelings and emotions. This is not an emotional thing. You got to remember, we're in business to make money. That's what this is. That's the definition of business, making money. Not sympathy, not caring, not love, making money. And that's what you're all looking to do. How many of you here on Social Security and just not paying enough money? How many of you felt like you've been getting ripped off from your mutual fund because they keep charging you fees? You think they really care about your trades? You think they care about your money? They just want to wrangle up fees and make money. That's why the exchanges want you guys to learn. That's why a lot of you probably met me at a lot of speakings and presentations. You don't need them. Steve says, that's me. Morally ideals matters at some. And that's good that you have that attitude. But the thing is this. You're here to make money, and let me talk about some of the things that you need to do. So let's get into the strategy part of it, okay? First of all, are any of you here keeping a diary of what you're doing in the market? Are you going out there and monitoring and managing your trades, knowing why you're making money, which is right here, and seeing why you're losing money? Are you analyzing your trades at the end of the day? Okay? Do you know who the dominating brokerage firm is? Who's buying it? Who's selling it? Do you actually, another question, do you guys, and this is a great question to ask all of you. How do stocks go up and down in the market? How do they go up and down in the market? It's a very simple question. George says orders. Steve says supply and demand, S&D. Okay. Can everybody, there's almost 300 people now. Can everyone just give me a chat back and just tell me S&D? Just tell me supply and demand. I want to see if everybody's awake. Nobody's sleeping on me. It's one thing that ever upsets me. Money never sleeps. S&D, okay? Good. Thanks, Alan. Dave, good. All right. So now this is the catch. Okay? This is the biggest secret on Wall Street. Are you ready? How valuable, how much better and smarter trades would you make if you were able to see 70 to 80% of the volume, or 70 to 80% of the supply and demand out there in the stock? How much better, smarter, wiser trades would you make? Dell says much, much more. How much is it worth to you? Like, let's put a price tag on it. How much would it be worth to you if I was able to show you a stock that you're trading where you could see 70% of the volume? I wouldn't know that was, I wouldn't know how much, but I know it would be a lot. Lynn says it'll be definitely worth my monthly fee. Okay, that's a good one. I like that one. George is right. George, I like George's answer. You're only as good as you know the information. That's right. I'm going to teach you the information. That's the purpose of it. Well, guess what? Tomorrow, I'm not going to charge you. I'm going to do it for free. So I want everybody to be prepared. So I'm going to get everyone to register tomorrow to see exactly how to see those orders. Now, I'm going to kind of explain to you a little bit more what it is. Okay? So first of all, I want you guys to understand all my brokers are taking advantage of us. You got to remember, they're the casino. They know 80% of you are going to fail. And the reason for that is they're kind of taking the orders. They're the ones that are running 70% of the volume. They're taking your orders. They're selling it for payment for order flow. They're buying it on the bid. They're selling it on the offer. You know, think about it. Do you see your order out there? Do you really see, when you place a bid with your brokerage firm, do you see it go out there on the bid competing against Goldman, Merrill, Archipelago, NASDAQ? Do you see it? Why not? So basically what you're saying is you're dealing with public transportation. Well, wouldn't you like to drive your own car? Because that's a bad deal. You know what I mean? That is a really bad deal. Why go out there and deal with public transportation? Deal with somebody just trading your money, thinking they're giving you a good ticket rate, but at the end of the day, you're placing orders and you don't know if you're getting executed. You don't even know why you got executed. You're getting partial tickets. Well, these are the things that we teach you here at Cyber Trading University. So this is what you need to do. Sometimes you have, sometimes if you want to see a change for the better, you need to take things in your own hands. So let's become better traders. Let's talk about high-frequency trading. You hear a lot about it on CNBC. You heard a lot of it on 60 Minutes. Does anyone here know what high-frequency trading is? HFTs? Anybody hear of it? Know what it is? Dave, you do. Okay. George, you do. Ivan, I know because you're a student. It's so funny. A lot of my students are one in there. There's no no's. I only got like 7 algorithms, guys. No, they're not. Trading done by high-speed computer algos, not close enough. There's a little bit of what we call program trading. Gene says, I know it's good for traders. Okay. Well, you know what? It makes volatility, liquidity, and that's what we need. Michael's talking about the Flash Boys. Read the book, Dell? Okay, good. Well, remember, there's a little bit of a different perspective of the way they look at it versus the way I look at it. So let me teach you the real truth of what a high-frequency trade is, okay? Basically, it is 70% of the volume out there, which is a good thing for you and I. Now, listen, high-frequency trades are bad for Wall Street. It's good for Main Street because Wall Street's trying to fight to make those 3/10 of a penny, and you know and I know, what the hell do we care about 3/10 of a penny? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I just don't want to pay thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars in differences in cost. 3/10 of a penny? Seriously? Come on. But if it's going to make liquidity for you and I, they can keep all the 3/10 they want, okay? You know, all I care about is what I need to make, and is a day's pay. So let's talk about what high-frequency trades are. High-frequency trades are what we call iceberg orders, okay? Basically, what you're seeing right here, let me get my crayons. These are your buy orders, and these are your sell orders, okay? Column 1, column 2. This is the price that somebody's looking to buy it. This is the price that someone's looking to sell it. Now, you see all the right here, these are the amount of shares that are looking to be bought and sold. Now, my question to you is this. Do you guys see any unusual large volume orders out there? Do you guys see any unusual big volume orders? Okay, a bunch of you are right now. You notice this 71,000 share seller out there, right? Now, he's a seller, okay? And he's looking to sell it at $29.50, okay? So what do you think is more predominant of resisting the stock from going higher? The 500 shares, the 1,300 shares, or the 71,000 share seller? Exactly. It's like common sense, right? Wow. Why didn't we know that, huh? So here we go. So now let's go back to the buyers and sellers. Here's your buyers. Here's your sellers. Okay? Now, everyone here know how to read a chart? Okay, now, I don't want to insult anybody, but 80% of the people that read charts read them backwards. All right, and people that I know that spend tens of thousands of dollars in education, they're still reading charts backwards. And I'm going to get to that a little bit later, but let's get into about the chart, okay? What is that called right there, ladies and gentlemen? What's that called where I'm pointing? That's called a resistance, right? The stock went up, it came back down. What is this called right here? That's called a support. Very good. Okay, so the stock hit a support, stock hit a resistance. Now the stock is right back up to here, okay? So looking at previous history, are we at support or resistance? We're at resistance. So what should the stock do? Should the stock go up or should it go down? History, yeah, it should go down, right? Everybody agree? Get a couple of people saying up, but most of you saying it's going to go down. Okay, now where does the chart get its data from? Like, what makes a chart go up and down? That's right, trades, orders. Okay, good. Everybody, we're all on the same page, right? Everybody listening carefully? Okay, now you guys ready for the shocker? You guys ready why 90% of the people lose money in trading? Okay, so to have a resistance levels and a resistance levels, what should we be seeing on the orders? Buyers or sellers? What should we be seeing? Okay, you got a 2,000 share seller and you got a 75,000 share buyer. What do you have more, buyers or sellers? Got more of a buyer, right? So what do you think the stock's going to do? Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? Okay, so did you answer your question? You're probably sitting there, almost fell off your chair, right? And be like, wow, is that really true? And yes, it is. Yes, it is. And that's right. That's called what we call an iceberg order. That's exactly right. So moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, the thing that you have to look for, what I teach my students, and remember, before I was a successful trader, I was a successful loser, okay? Now, it hasn't changed when I started. When I started, it used to be called Instinet. And Instinet was basically Instinet is what we call now basically high-frequency trades. So this is what we call total view on the exchanges. They call it total view now. They keep changing the name around. But the thing that I was always trained by my mentors, it says, hey, Fausto, you want to make money in the market? Well, to make money in the market, you have to follow people who trade big block orders. Okay, it doesn't matter what Fausto thinks. It doesn't matter what you think, Gary and George and Gus and Steve and Guy and Ron. And it doesn't matter what you think because you're not trading 13,000 shares, okay? You're not doing that. Hold on. Looks like I kind of went. Let me go back. Okay. You're not trading the like I said, the 13,000 share buys and the 7,000 share sells. You could sit there and look at the chart all you want, but unless there are buyers here and sellers there, that stock could break through support and resistance levels all the time. And this is what's going to help you have a game plan. And that is where, ladies and gentlemen, where people make a lot of mistakes. So let's look at this example right here. Okay? You have, oops, there we go. Looks like this thing's not working too well. Let's go back. There we go. Okay. So where are the big orders? Well, here you're seeing a stock, how it's going up, right? It keeps going up and up and up. Because some of you are probably saying, Fausto, why did SCOK go up 200% today? What drove that stock? Like who? It was funny. I had a conversation the other day with somebody. Someone saying, like, who's buying this stuff? Who's buying it? And I'm like, buyers. They're like, well, who? I says, does it matter? Buyers. Did you see the buyers? He goes, no, but I don't know who's buying it. Well, wouldn't it be nice to see those buyers? And I'm like, yeah, if you could. And he says, well, that's why I got to teach you. Because you're not going to learn this right away. You need to see it over. And exactly, Robert, who the hell cares who's buying it? All you care about is you see those orders out there. And that is something that I teach you at CyberTrade University. This is what my mentors taught me. This is Fausto. You can go out there, but why sit there and try to analyze the stock and figure it out? Just follow the money. Follow the money. All you care about is making a day's pay. Okay? All you care about is making the $50,000 to $100,000 a year. That's all you care about. All you care about is making maybe 20 cents a day on 1,000 shares, maybe 50 cents on 1,000 shares, make the $500 a day, comes out to be $100,000 a year. Yeah, I know SCOK went up $5, but if you could have just pulled out 50 cents, 50 lousy cents out of that, that's what, 5% of that move? You would have made your day's pay. But why does it keep going up? Because buyers kept bidding it up. So the thing is this. When you're trading, ladies and gentlemen, one thing I teach my students is that you can know how to read a support, read a resistance, read a support, read a resistance, read a support, and knowing because you're at support, the stock should go up because Mr. Fibonacci or Mr. Bollinger Band said so. But reality is what makes indicators move is previous history. Because to have resistance, you need a seller of 10,000. To have a support level, you need a buyer of 10,000. And guess what? There's nobody there. Without buyers, guess what? This stock will drop from 1610 to 1570. And maybe you can't afford to take a 40-cent loss, $400 on 1,000 shares. But because you thought you were at support levels, guess what? You just lost money because the buyers weren't there. Now, that is basically basic 101, trading 101. What you've just seen is about 70% of the volume, the trading. Now, if you guys, if you don't believe in 70% controls the market, then you know what? Moving forward, I don't think we need to be here anymore, so you could probably just log out. But if you really are impressed, if you thought that was great, well, guess what? That was the easy stuff. And that was one of the biggest light bulbs that kicked in. You know, I do speakings all over the world. And, you know, listen, there's, like I said, there's almost 300 people here today. And I wish all 300 of you would be my students. I would love to one day train you, but, you know, obviously it's work and it's a lot of time and there's a commitment that's involved from you and me. But the thing is this. You have the opportunity to get involved in the market, which is a part-time job. This is a part-time, it's not a full-time job. And I know it's like I'm trying to act like a salesman, but it really is. I am. I'm trying to sell you that you are getting involved in the greatest job in the world, and that's probably why you're here. But the thing is, someone's got to show you how to do it right. And not only that, it's not a full-time job. It's a part-time job. Why is it part-time? Because look at most of the action. Most of the action happens within the first hour of the open. Let's go back to the stock symbol And let me bring up this stock right here. Does everybody see this stock right here? Everybody see my chart right here? Okay, this is the stock symbol SCAK. Look what happened at 9 o'clock, 9:30 this morning. The market opened up all the way up to 11 o'clock, right? The stock went from 3 to 9. What happened after 9 o'clock? You got almost 2 hours, and the stock literally has moved, give or take, within a buck. But it moved over $6 in that short period of time. So my point to you is this. Let me just fix this. Okay. Trading only maybe requires you to work about an hour a day. That's about it. An hour a day. It's not a full-time job. Here's another stock. FXEN is another stock we traded. Went from 3 to 5 in a couple of days. But look at most of the action. If you're trading, if you're not trading less than an hour a day, you're trading too long. Okay, trading is a part-time job. Most of the action happens within the first 30 minutes of the open and the last 30 minutes of the close. What was the other stock I gave you? Do you guys remember? The one, example. Let's look at the stock yesterday, for example, RADA. Okay, let me bring that up over here. RADA. RADA. Let me zoom out here. Look at most of the action. 9:30, right, to 3, and then it popped again from 2:30. And look, the last 30 minutes, the stock ran from 490 to 650. Okay. Did you need to trade all day? Did you need to trade all day, guys? No, you didn't. It's not, you don't have to trade all day long. Mike said, how did THLD do? Right here. That was one of the picks right here. THLD. Can everybody see it? That was yesterday's pick. I gave it at 2:30, and it ran from, you could see it ran right at the close. It ran from 450 going into the next morning. If you held it overnight, it ran to 550. Not bad. I know Apple didn't do last night. Again, who the hell cares what these companies do, right? So the great thing about this job is that you could take more time off. You could spend more time with your friends, family. It's the greatest job, but you need someone to master how to do it. Because by knowing how to do it, you could do all those great things you always wanted to do. And that's why you're here. Some of you don't want to go back to the workforce. Maybe you're too overqualified. And you hear all this negativity about, unemployment. People can't find jobs. You know what? I don't want a job. You think I want to go listen to someone and tell me what to do? Meanwhile, you probably could do a better job than him. To hell with it. Let's just trade his company, right? They make money off it. They keep doing what they're doing what's best. Let's do what we're doing best. Because you don't need to go to college for this and spend the $200,000 of training. And you know what? It's never too late to learn. I'm going to guarantee everything from you. I'm going to guarantee something to every single one of you. Guaranteed. The stock market is not going out of business. When you and I die, it will still be here. Okay, you hear everybody making so much money on Wall Street. Some of you are probably so disgusted and so upset what happened when the government bailed them out, the banks, and they took your hard-working money, your tax dollar, to give it to these guys that were doing everything that they did. Okay, and I don't even want to even go there. But you know what? I hate to say this. That was probably one of the biggest profitable years of my life. What'd you have? Bank of America went from like $6 to 15. Citibank went from 99 cents to $5 in 2 days. I mean, at the end of the day, let's put politics aside. Let's put your tax dollar, the hardworking American, what we've done, but unfortunately, catastrophes make for opportunities. So remember that. So the thing is this. Where do people fail in trading? I'll tell you where they fail. Because they do things like this. Can anybody read these charts? Because I'm trying to figure out what the hell is that. It's like chicken scratch. But there are people out there that will go out there and study and learn every single indicator. And I know some of you probably spent a lot of time in work and sleepless nights and read books at it, left and right. But you know what? Can I be honest with you? When the best traders in the world are the guys you see on TV, right? The guys on the floor of the exchange. How many indicators do you see when you see on that screen? You know what you see? You see orders. So if they're not using it, why are you using it? Here at Cyber Trading University, we preach something, and you know what? Does this make you, do you feel like this sometimes? And like, my God, I don't know if it's going up, I don't know if it's going down. You know what? I've been there, I've done that. And that's why I love teaching. That's why I have a passion to do it. Because every single one of you can do this. You really can. And I don't care how smart or how dumb you think you are. You don't have to be smart to do this. All you need is a good mentor and working hard and spending the time in your education in the beginning before you go out and do this, because then you'll learn how to do things what we call here at Cyber Trading University, and it's called the KISS method. Keep it super simple. KISS method. Ever hear of it? Well, if you haven't, you heard it today, because that's what we preach at Cyber Trading University. A couple of questions coming across here, so I don't want to make people think I'm forgetting about it. Just a couple of questions. You know what, Fernando? You know what? You have a great question. What I recommend you to do, Fernando, after I do my event and tell you how to register for tomorrow's upcoming live trading with me, what I recommend you to do is just call and talk to one of the education advisors, and they'll answer that in more detail. That looks like a young Fausto on that picture, David. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. Not as cute as I used to be, right? None of us. But you know what? I like that picture because you know what? I sometimes, like, I'll do classes and I look at some people's faces and they're like, and it's just, that's what it is. And you don't want to think that way. You want a doctor to do brain surgery on anyone that's sitting there and scratches his head like that? I don't think so. So, how do we find stocks? Well, finding them is very easy. And every single one of you are going to get a sample of a 1 day of what it's like finding these stocks. You're going to hear a live audio broadcast. You're going to hear me buying. You hear me selling. You're going to watch my students are going to be in there. They're going to see. You're going to see people that I've trained and mentored. I mean, hell, I got traders in my trading room. I know this might sound crazy. They don't make hundreds. They don't even make thousands. They make tens of thousands of dollars a day. And you know what? You could ask them yourself, because there's no better testimonial than to hear from the horse's mouth themselves. So don't believe me that I'm telling you this. Every single one of you guys is going to get the opportunity to sit and listen to students that I've mentored, okay? And you'll see why people pay a lot of money to be in my trading room and how successful they are, because they went through a program to learn how to do it right. And you're going to get that opportunity to meet every single one of them. So basically, let's call it, we're going to have a soiree tomorrow. How do you like that one? We'll have a little soiree. You guys are going to sit there, and you're going to see and watch and hear everything that we're doing in the trading room. Now, also, James, can I make tens of thousands too? You know what, James? I'll be honest with you. Maybe in a few years, you probably could, but you know what my goal is? I just want you to make maybe a couple hundred a day. You know, wouldn't you be happy just to work an hour a day to make $50,000 a year? It's really not that hard. It's like, it's buying 1,000 shares of stock. It moves 20 cents. You make $200 a day. It's not really that hard. But there are people, eventually, they pass that level, and they're so consistent. And they follow the program that we teach you here, and they start building their journals, and they say, okay, Fausto, I'm done making $200. I want to go to the next level. I want to be a $500 day trader. I want to be $1,000. You know, eventually you get to that level. You become more of a beginner to advanced to expert. And let me tell you something. It's been getting a lot easier trading. For some of you that want to, subscribe. Listen, if you want to get ready starting tomorrow, you can go to our YouTube channel and just type in Cyber Group. Okay, let me just put that in there. Go into YouTube, type in Cyber Group, okay, and you'll actually listen to all the broadcasts. We do 10-minute broadcasts of the live trading room, so if you miss it, you could actually go back and review it. So just if you don't believe me of all these stock trades that we've done and which ones were good and which ones are not, go back and review it and you'll know a little bit more about it. And I really recommend you guys do that before you get there tomorrow, because it'll give you a good foundation of what we preach and what the culture we are at Cyber Trading University and how we can mold you how to do the same. The posts are running all day long, all day, and we're very, very aggressive in the morning. All right, so, and also just kind of looking for the tweets and text alert messages, because we tweet and text everything that we do also. So you don't need to always be there. You could always actually just monitor us what we're doing. You know, listen, I don't want to sit there and constantly brag and whatever and tell you what great stocks, but here's one of them, USU. Stock went from 3 to 12 in one day. NQ, another stock, went at 10 o'clock in the morning, we tweeted, you could see that, went from 670 to 760 in one day. You know, they're there every day. So I want you to understand something. It's, you don't think it's like, ooh, that was only one. Listen, we find stocks up 20, 50, 100% a day every day, and we just capitalize it and make our days pay and go home. Now, if anybody wants to know a little bit more about dark pools, I know people get so scared about these things. You know what? I'm going to give you my personal email address, faustop@ctucorp.com. Send me an email, and I'll send it out to you. You guys can read a little bit more about it. Now, who here can come tomorrow and join me for a full day? Because this is the first time we ever did this, that we're giving it. We usually charge, you know, a small trial to get in there, but I know some people are like, I'm worried about this automatic bill pay. Listen, I'm going to give you one day of my trust. Let's see if I can't prove to you that I could train you, make you successful to make the thousands of dollars that you're looking to make, then you know what? Then obviously little bygones will be bygones. But the thing is, everyone could be there. Okay, now let me just explain something to you guys. I'm going to show you in detail what's going to happen. All right? Now, here's my personal email address right there, Fausto P. Everybody take that down. If you have any questions, just please email me. Okay? I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. All right? Now, also to kind of remind a few of you, anyone here have a Thinkorswim account? If you do some searches on their website, their recordings, you'll see that I've been doing speakings with them more than anyone that they've ever had on their show. So you can learn a little bit more about, you know, about me, and you know, we do a lot of education for Thinkorswim, even FXCM. I just came back a couple of months ago with the Nigerian brothers from Trade Monster. Did a big speaking down in Las Vegas. Lightspeed, all of them. I mean, listen. Brokerage firms, I want you to understand something. They can't teach you how to trade because it's compliance issues. So that's why they would like people like us to train you, because if you're a great trader, you'll be a client for theirs for life, and that's what they want. Now, just for some of you who don't know this, just to repeat again, I'm a 12-time champion, beat every school in the industry. Also, we were ranked #1 school 6 years in a row by Equities Magazine. I actually have a meeting, a TV interview, with Equities tomorrow, actually, to do a big TV interview. We'll let you know when that's going to be posted regarding about, it looks like we're going to be going on our 7th year as best school in the industry. Now, full day of trading. Now, how do we get registered? All right. Let me just bring up a browser. What I need you guys to do is go to the home page of Cyber Trading University. Right there, in the middle, you see it says a full day room access, Fausto Pass. All right, you click right there, and that's how you register, right here. Just fill it out, say I'm already registered, just click where it says register to attend. You click right there, and we'll get you registered right for it. We're just going to, for compliance purposes, we're just going to ask you a couple of basic questions about who you are to register. So just have that filled out, and you'll be able to get registered in the class, okay? Steve, you have a Thinkorswim account? Great. You know what? I'm going to be meeting with them, Tom Sosnoff, the founder, and JJ, and all those guys. I'm going to be actually on the panel on Friday here in New York, so that's going to be great. Hopefully everyone will have the opportunity to be there. That's basically how you're going to register, so that's how you start learning today. You can also give us a call, 877-70-CYBER. Talk to an education advisor. They'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. All our advisors, also some of them are instructors at Cybertrain University, so they'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. No question is a dumb question, when you got money involved, so that's something you want to be careful of, keep in mind. So give us a call. Feel free to ask anything you might have. They'll be happy to answer any questions. Once again, 877-70-CYBER or 516-280-5350. Where would the event be held in the Marriott Marquis? Yeah, let me give you that, okay? Now, if anyone is looking to come and join, I'm also going to be at the New York Expo right here. And let me go, where am I? Cybertrain University. And if you're looking to come to the New York Expo, oh, by the way, if anybody wants to read my book, it actually just came published about 2 weeks ago. You can receive that also right there. Wiley just published it. It's right here when you're clicking on these little 1, 2, 3 numbers. And that's our Phase 4 court right here. New York Expo, right here. There's a free version, there's the pay version. I'm telling you, buy the pay version because you're going to have a tour of the New York Stock Exchange. You're going to have cocktails and hors d'oeuvres. You're going to have dinner. So there's 2 different levels of getting it. So that's something for everybody. Want to know more about it, just click on that and get registered for that event. No problem, James. All right, any last-minute questions before I get to, before we all meet up tomorrow? The room opens up at 9 a.m., so please do not be late. Audio starts exactly at 9 a.m., so I recommend you be in the room at 8:45 Eastern Time, okay? That's the first live audio broadcast where we do our morning picks. George says, I had Tim order me a signed copy. When will it go out? George, if you, I don't know exactly when you ordered it, but if you ordered it, it should have been sent out already. Once they're ordered, the books go out immediately. Another question here. Is there a way I can join you next week instead of tomorrow? David, you know what? This is the first time actually not. This is an exclusive event that we're doing just for tomorrow. But you could access the, talk to the education advisors. Maybe they can maybe offer you something else, maybe a trial of the Cyber Group room. You could probably do that. But talk to them and they'll be able to, this is an exclusive event just for tomorrow, but ask them, they'll be able to help you out with that. Fred, you ordered my book? Thank you very much, Fred. I appreciate it. You're going to enjoy it. It's the first day trading book that hasn't been out in 20 years, they said. What topics, what are the topics about tomorrow, Nate? Live trading. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be trading the market. There's no topic. It's live trading with Fausto. That's the topic. All day. No problem, Robert. Look forward to seeing you there. Mike, good things to see you also. Nate, same thing. Good. All right, guys. Do I need to take the course first before taking the live room? Thanks very much. Roger, that's a great question, and if you want to know more about the courses that I teach and the mentoring program that Cybertrain University does, call the office, talk to an education advisor, and they'll explain that in a little more detail. Okay? Can you please comment on risk management? Risk management, that's a very good question, Noel, and you don't lose more than what you want to make. So if your goal is to make 200 a day, 50,000 a year, you don't lose 400 a day or 500. You only lose what you're willing to make. Yes, Michael, we do trade options, and during the day we do an options and Forex presentation too of what we're going to be trading in those markets also. So the trading room, basically accommodates all the traders. I registered, but I haven't received my confirmation yet. You should, check your email, James. You should have it. But it should be. You should be registered, and you will be getting. You should be getting in the next. Should be getting it shortly. Steve, I like options too, but you got to learn how to trade stocks first. Friday TOS platform. How do I get in? Curry. Basically, that is going to be broadcasted at the Marriott Marquis. You have to be there in New York City. It's a live event. Yes, Nate, it is free. You got to check. Some of them are free, and some of them are paid workshops. If you do the paid workshop, you get a free tour of the New York Stock Exchange. You get dinner for on both days, Thursday and Friday, and you get to take a bunch of options classes. To find out more about that New York Expo. Oh, and also, by the way, if you do register for the New York Expo and you buy the paid one, you get a credit here at Cybertrain University towards future classes. So if you spend $500 on that event, but you have to buy it through us. If you buy that package through us, you'll get a credit, $500 credit towards future classes at Cybertrain University. Yeah, Dave, I don't really, we really don't do. I don't know too much about MB trading. I really can't comment on them. Don't know too much about them. We pretty much, Dave, we deal with more brand name brokerage firms that you're familiar with. Even Charles Schwab, which some of you might not think is a good brokerage firm. If you have the right platform through them, we do. I've done a lot of speakings and education with them also. What's the benefit of the credit is because, if you want to learn how to trade, I mean, we have training courses that we teach here. So you might want to use that credit towards taking courses at Cybertrain University. So that's the benefit of getting those credits. And that depends on what kind of trade you are, Scott. I mean, about Scott Trade. You know what, David? David's question's got a good question. What brokerage firm do you really recommend most? You know what? It's a case-by-case basis. Everybody here has, it's different. Some are better than others. Some are worse than others, depending on what kind of trading you're doing. Okay? All right, everyone. So listen, I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow at 8:45. Please be there early so you don't lose your seat. And just listen, sit back, enjoy. And, in the meantime, go log into YouTube, watch some of the previous recordings of the meetings that we've done so far, and you can kind of get a sample of what we traded and some of the big winners also we traded, like the SCOK today. But in the meantime, just remember one thing. You got to learn before you can earn. That's 8:45 Eastern time, not British time, New York time. So I think that will probably be, what, about 1, 2 o'clock your time, Nate, I think? So I think that's probably a little later in the afternoon for you. All right, everyone, thank you so much for coming. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow morning, okay? Have a great day. I'll see you then. And don't forget, call the office if you have any questions about any courses, about the New York Expo, if you want to enhance your education, if you want to just know anything about training or you want to talk to an education advisor or an instructor, give us a call. We'll be happy to help. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.